Okay, guys. Hey, I am tired of having my phone blown up with a lot of people wanting to know what I think about our loss to Turkey. So I'm just gonna make a quick video about it because I'm trying to record some auditions and I can't do it with my phone blowing up. So let's just get this done. And first of all, I do want to say congrats to Mexico getting all 9 points. It's my second team because I'm Latino and I do support Mexico, but my first team is USA. So let's move on. I'm happy. I'm happy we won the group. That's huge. That is huge. We won the group with 6 points. Two fantastic wins to put ourselves in a position to either protect our players or to try different things out. And we did. We got to try out some things with some of our subs that I think a lot of us fans and maybe even Pochettino and his staff had questions about. So that's wonderful. I don't know if Aguirre can honestly say the same if they tried out some of the same stuff, because I don't believe, in just my opinion, that they were honestly challenged. South Africa is South Africa, and South Korea is an aging group that just didn't uh, didn't look strong. And to be honest, they were kind of the protagonists most of that game against Mexico. So I don't see how Mexico really faced any adversity during this time, and also their games prior to the beginning, I don't remember them really having tough games. Uh, so I'm hoping that Mexico, what looks to be their opponent, Ecuador, don't get surprised, because Ecuador is not an easy team. I do think they have Azteca. They have Azteca, and definitely Czechia was feeling it during that game. Not to take away from the performance, because that performance was probably their best performance. But again, it just feels like Mexico truly hasn't been tested, and to be fair, I don't think Mexico has as good as talent on the field as the U.S. does, but maybe they're a better team. Uh, that I can't argue for or against. All I know is when you're comparing players to players, I'm going to have to lean that the U.S. is probably a little bit stronger. Um, that said, I do think that having this adversity for us really opens up some dialogue about what players can or cannot do. I'll give you an example. Gio Reyna, who a lot of us uh, have mixed opinions in the U.S. circles. I think Gio Reyna, for right now, for at least this tournament, for who he is right now, is not the creator some of us hoped he would be. He is a creator, and he's one of those players that you like to have that will step on the ball and will dictate tempo, and that's wonderful. But in a game where you're down and you're looking to score goals, and especially with how the rhythm of Poch likes to play, where it's quick movement and we're attacking, especially how you saw in that Paraguay game. I don't think Giovanni Reyna is the kind of guy that I want to bring in now. I want to bring in Zendejas. And some of you are saying Zendejas didn't play well. Yeah, but again, this was his first World Cup appearance ever. The guy was nervous. But if you saw what he was trying to do, he was trying to connect some passes. When Pulisic was on, he was trying to connect with him. He was on both sides, and he was buzzing, and he moves way more. He had that wonderful move. I think it was on the left hand side where it looked like he was gonna go pass it back to Trusty or someone, and then he cuts right in, and suddenly he's behind the defense. I think Zendejas can do those little things that we used to see Giovanni do before all that stuff happened. So now, when I used to think, oh, let's bring in Giovanni Reyna to create something, now I'm thinking maybe I'd want to bring Zendejas to create something. I think Giovanni Reyna is going to be great if we're winning, and then I can bring him in to step on the ball, control the tempo, and annoy the hell out of the opponent. But that's something I learned. There's that. I learned that Trusty is freaking fantastic, and there are lots of people, including YouTubers that I really like, that didn't care for Trusty and other things. But nah, he's earned his place. To me, he was man of the match. Not because of his goal, but because of what he was doing. The only time that I think he messed up, maybe he could have done better when they scored their third goal, but the guy was playing on an injury. And I think there was one time where he was on the left-hand side and he did a little duff of a back pass, and it almost created a goal opportunity. Beyond that, he was fantastic defensively, offensively. He was yelling, barking at people to shore up some of the defense. I thought he was fantastic. Sebastian Berhalter, people give me hate about this. I don't think he was good. I know he got the goal. I know he got the assist for Austin Trusty. But I don't think he was good. He was asked in the first half to play as a 6. And anytime he got any kind of pressure, he either lost the ball or he passed back. And there was multiple times where I remember he got the ball and he immediately passed back when he could have easily turned because he didn't have pressure. He could have turned and found someone in between the lines to make that line-breaking pass. Nothing. So for me, I think his second half was, yes, the second half was a little bit better. But I gotta say, I hope to God that Tyler Adams never gets injured, because the thought of Berhalter, or even worse, Christian Roldan coming in, scares me. So please, let's keep that center midfield, Tyler Adams and and Timothy Tillman. Is it Timothy? Malik Tillman. Malik Tillman together for the rest of the tournament. That's it. I hope to God they're wrapped in bubble wrap. Let's see. The other big things that I think we learned were Tim Weah belongs on the right. Having him trying to cut in from the left, especially in that dual 10 spot, doesn't work. I thought he was getting in Trusty's way, especially like they want to occupy the same space as he. Weah likes to be, when he's up top, he likes to play as one of those true wingers. And that, the system where we're trying to play, where the wing back is trying to get high up to pin back those left backs and right backs, in that system, they were getting in the way. And he was offside, I think it was like 4 times or something. It was bad. He did not have a good game. Do I think he can still contribute? Yes. Also, last big thing that I learned. This system doesn't favor Pepe. This system favors Balogun. You can clearly see that when we are in possession, we want to pin back those center backs. But what made Balogun so freaking amazing in the Paraguay game is that he was able to pin back the center backs, but the moment the players shifted, especially when we were bringing the ball back a bit, the half spaces opened up in between the center backs and the full backs. And that allowed Balogun to either run into one of those half spaces for the chip over the top. Pepe doesn't have that speed. Even when he had an opportunity to run for a 1v1 opportunity, the center backs caught up to him. And these are not high caliber center backs like Upamecano from France or Saliba or whatever. So what I'm trying to say is unless we're playing with this, unless we're shifting the system where we are attacking more and Pepe is in a normal 9 position as opposed to Balogun, who's more of a mobile 9, we really need Balogun up there. And I would even consider Weah up there just because of how the system is looking. I don't know if Haji would make much of a difference as compared to Pepe, but it's night and day as far as what Balogun can do in this system as opposed to what Pepe was doing in this system. So overall, I think my thoughts are I enjoyed what we did. I enjoyed our B team going toe-to-toe against France's pretty much A team. And well, we still almost won. I thought that was impressive. yes, there's a drop off between our A team and what is our B team, but there's still players that can contribute. There's still players that can do things. I think Miles Robinson was not good. I think Mark McKenzie was not good. Um, so again, Freeman, Richards, and Ream, or Trusty and for Ream. That those are our ride or dies for this tournament. Uh, it That's pretty much it. I have I went to the fan fest and I had a lot of fun. I had this fun sign too. Um, so my feeling overall is, and I think this is the big kicker that everyone wants to talk about, is momentum. The word momentum. Oh, we lost momentum. I don't think that fucking matters. I don't. These are professional players. If they're not going to get excited about being in the round of 32, then it doesn't matter what momentum they had prior. You know, I think it's easy for us as fans to talk about momentum because we're getting excited and we hear people getting excited and there's all this like buzz because we're feeling the momentum. But as I wonder if professional players, um, if it honestly matters. They're going to wake up today after the game yesterday. They're going to go through recovery. They're going to be chilling, talking, and they're going to know they're still in the tournament. Turkey's the one going home. So this constant talk about like, oh, is this bad for momentum and whatnot? I'm like, I just don't think that matters. I'm sure some will argue, and I'm not a professional player, but some will argue momentum does matter. This and that. Okay, but it doesn't change how we're playing. It definitely doesn't change the how Poch has talked about creating a certain culture, creating this fight, the why not us type thing. That doesn't change. It doesn't change the fact that now the starters probably, and I can go the other way with it. What if the starters are thinking, that won't be how we're remembered. We're gonna come out fucking flying, you know? It might light a fire under their ass. It might literally do the opposite of losing momentum. It might give us this fire. Um, yeah, I'm not worried about that. I think, as a matter of fact, I think it gave us a lot of information that Poch and his staff can use. I hope that they are looking at the same things that I talked about, and I hope that we go at Bosnia with everything we got. And maybe that might bring some of these fans to stop talking about the losing momentum, and we can just have fun enjoying supporting the team. So those are my thoughts. For anyone that cares, I've always thought about starting a soccer channel, but there's actually some really great ones out there, like Tactical Manager and 11 Yanks and other things like that. And I even probably regurgitated some of the things. I haven't watched it because I was so exhausted last night, um, of their breakdown for the game. But for me in general, this is it's a good result. It's not like overall the best. Yes, it would have been awesome to have 9 points, but we learned a lot. We went through adversity. It was fun to see even our subs come back, try to fight back, and do that. Pulisic, oh my God, the biggest positive. Pulisic got minutes. Pulisic got minutes, and he looked good. He looked good. He just was missing a little bit of that edge. And now that he got those minutes and he's going to be in training again with everybody, Bosnia, watch out, man. We're coming at you. And that's it. So I got to make this video, so now people can stop bothering me. I can record my auditions. I got to test out this new mic. Tell me if it sounds decent, because we're going to be using them for some projects soon. And yeah, all right. So thanks for watching, guys, and maybe I'll make another one of these after each of the games. Peace out.